both Charlie Sabba and I are fighting to make sure that there is an opportunity that those people with information can come forward and feel safe that their information will be used correctly, they will be protected, and that they will be able to collect a reward. Some of the world's greatest art loss investigators, the likes of Dick Ellis and Mark Dalrymple, right? They've tried to help.
Dick Ellis, who was sport enough also to...
Yeah, Dick Ellis is on the canvas. Dick Ellis is on the canvas. I mean, he's a great sport. I mean, he'll always get involved in stuff like this. Now, Dick Ellis and Mark Dalrymple met Anne Hawley in 2002 in London and said, we will find the Gardner art for you and we will recover it, but we want you to write and give us a guarantee that when we do, we will get paid the reward. And she couldn't give them that guarantee because there's no way and no intention the Gardner Museum have got of paying one dime of the reward. Now, these are legitimate guys, legitimate art loss investigators. So if they won't take on the Gardner case in an official capacity, what chance does the public have?
So you said the canvas might bring in leads, and it's the first time that this has been discussed in a visual statement, as far as in regards in comparison to the documentaries and the TV shows and the news clips, the newspaper articles. What do you think? How the powerful statement of a visual piece, what could do for this investigation, a visual investigation?
Well, first of all, what it will do is it will create interest, and the public will start to try and guess who's saying what to who. You know, what each of the gossips are actually saying. Isabel Stewart Gardner, what does she think about all of this? Then all of a sudden, Rembrandt, what does he think? Then all of a sudden, you've got Anthony Amore, what does he think? The FBI director, Bob Mueller, John Connolly. Then all of a sudden, you get the reporters, Tom Mashberg, John Walsh of America's Most Wanted. Now, there's an honourable man, John Walsh, good guy. Spent his whole life devoted to trying to solve crime in a genuine, honest, sincere manner. It's what are those guys actually saying? Then the public are going to be intrigued by that, and then it may provoke someone to actually say, well, I've got some information, but I'm worried about who I give it to. So all of a sudden they can then feel safe that they can speak to Charlie Sabba or speak to Turbo, you know, and then all of a sudden they can speak to Anthony Amore, because don't worry about it, Charlie Sabba and Turbo are actually working very, very hard to toughen up Anthony Amore. Anthony Amore's a nice guy, but we've got to toughen up this kid. You know, he's too straight for his own good, he's too honest. And the only way to recover the Gardner art is going to be if those people who recover it act as dishonest as the crooks and as dishonest as the law enforcement and those who are supposedly meant to be.
Do me a favor. Get me in the Union Jack, because I love that flag.
Where are you? You're there.
I can tell you everything about that flag.
Yeah, here you are. Go on then, go.
Across the St. George, across the St. Andrew, and the counterchange of Sultries.
Okay. Now, I haven't got the flag because you're standing next to the...
That's alright, that's alright. You can get it from here.
Okay. Right, Charlie, what are your thoughts on the Gardner Gossips project, and what do you think?
But for me, it's a visual investigation. As a police officer, a forensic artist, and an artist, I'm doing a visual investigation into the Gardner heist. And
yeah, I can't see any sound things coming up and down.
No, you don't see them when this is...
Oh, right, okay.
But it's a visual investigation into the Gardner gossips, and I'm not only probing the crime itself and the caper, but each individual character that has true wealth to those personalities, and each one has so many big stories behind each face. And what I'm trying to do is approach it as like a war artist that went to war with the army in World War II, just to draw the scenes. I'm going as a neutral party. I'm putting my police hat off and putting the artist hat on, and getting accepted by each person quite willingly, you know, which is making me happy because they view me as a neutral person. So I'm not attempting to make someone look like a bad guy or over emphasize a good guy. I'm trying to approach each person and paint their face to show. I want to show the true dignity and their human worth, you know, and the interest in not just the appearance of their face, which each one has interesting faces. And as I do this, I see how many beautiful women and strong-looking faces on the men. They're really interesting people, but they go beyond the actual faces and interesting lines and beards of the face. These people have big stories, like William Youngworth, who did the antiques and claims he stole the Rembrandt from the Boston Fine Arts for Miles Connors when he had to get out of jail on the Wyeth paintings from the Woolworth, I believe it was the Woolworths estate. Or Miles Connors himself, who was bigger than life, as far as he could be right out of a book, you know. Here's a guy who's a genius, member of Mensa, and a real expert on art and antiques. Matter of fact, one of his ancestors was an actual Hudson River Valley painter, you know. And here's a guy who loves art so much, and he has to go out and steal it. And I think these stories are incredible. Harold Smith is a big story, bigger than life. So basically, I'm gonna approach each face that's talking to each other and represent their true human dignity and the interesting stories of their lives, including starting with and ending with Isabella herself, who was bigger than life. And I mean, everyone says that she wasn't that beautiful, but me, when I look in that face, I see a beautiful young lady, and I'm going to portray her with all her human dignity.